Hello and welcome to this video where we're going to go over the describe image part of the speaking section. Now this is part 2 of this video series, so make sure you watch video number 1 in case you haven't watched that yet. In this video we're going to go over the template. I'm going to share with you a template that does super well in the exam, and I'm also going to go over some examples with me using the template so you can see how I would solve them in the exam, and you'll get an idea of what you should be aiming for when you are attempting this question. So let's get into it. So this is the main template that we use. It's just one template, super easy. I'll go over it quickly. The given image provides us with useful information about, and in the blank you want to fill about what you see in the labels of a graph, if it's a graph or if it's an image. You just want to talk about generally what the image is about. Main body, you use these two sentences. The first one is if you follow the graph or image. So if it's a graph, you say graph. If it's an image, you say image. If you follow the image closely, you can observe that you talk about a high point here. If you, upon closer examination, we can see that you talk about a low point here in the graph or the image or any kind of thing that stands out. And finally, we move on to the conclusion. In conclusion, this is a very useful graph or image that tells us about, you can conclude based on what you think is like an important point. You can just give a general conclusion as well. So that is the template that you're going to use. It works really well in the exam. Make sure you use it. Okay, people are getting really good scores after using this, and we've also tested using the same template all throughout for all the questions in describe image, and it doesn't do any harm to your scores. Students still came back to us telling us that they've got 90 score in the exam and it hasn't negatively impacted their scores. So you can use the same template. Each question in the PT academic is scored individually and they're not comparing it with another answer that you have. So you can use this for all questions in the exam. Some other things to note, that you want to make sure that you memorize this template fairly quickly. Initially, when you're using the content or when you're making a transition from the template to the actual content, you'll notice that there's a short lag, but over time you want to reduce that kind of gap and it should kind of seem as one sentence. So there should be a seamless transition between the template and the actual content. And once you start practicing that, that will become more fluent for you. Initially, you might notice there'll be a slight pause here, but obviously that's something that you want to avoid. And the more you practice, the easier that will get. Also, as soon as you start practicing a few times, you should be able to memorize this. You want to memorize this and go into the exam. What some students have also found useful is that you get an erasable notepad and a marker that you can note down this template at the beginning of your exam, and then during the describe image part you can use it. You may or may not be able to do that in the exam. Some people haven't been able to do that, but I just recommend just to memorize it because it's fairly straightforward to memorize, in my opinion. Okay, so that was the main template. I've also provided some additional phrases if needed. So you can use this in case you're not comfortable with any of these. You can replace it with one of these, but for the most part, I recommend just sticking with the main template because it works really well. However, if there are certain parts in these alternatives that you feel like using, feel free to do that as well. It works equally well in the exam. Okay, so now let's get into some examples where I'm going to show you how I use this template. What I also would like you to do is to practice. Now you have your templates on the left and you have the question or the image on the right. So I would like you to pause the video right now and see if you can attempt this question. Try to complete around 35 seconds of this where you are speaking without pauses and hesitation. So pause the video right now and use the template and try to give an answer for this image. Okay, we are back. I hope you took that opportunity to pause and practice. Now I'm going to be solving this question to see so that you can get a sense of how I would do it. Let me just move this in a good position. Okay, I think that's fine. Yeah, and we can get into it. The given image provides us with useful information about where teachers are needed the most in the years 2015 to 2030. If you follow the graph closely, you can observe that the most number of teachers are needed in the sub-Saharan African region, with around 2,541,000 teachers needed during that year. Upon closer examination, we can see that the lowest numbers of teachers are needed in the South and West Asia region, with around 130,000 1,000 teachers needed in the year 2015. In conclusion, we can say that this is a very useful information graph that tells us about where teachers are needed the most in the year 2030. Okay, so that was my answer. Now it was not perfect, but it was still a really good answer. The reason it was not perfect is because I think in the last part of the conclusion I had a slight pause and hesitation there. However, keep in mind that in the describe image within each question, even if you have one or two pauses, it's not going to negatively impact your score. Overall, you just want to ensure that your pauses and your hesitations are minimal, which was present in this answer. So again, the reason why it was a good answer because there were minimal pauses and hesitations, and I moved fluently from one sentence to another, not getting stuck on any one particular point. I covered kind of reasonably well major points of this image. Now this is I would say a more complicated image than what you get in the exam. It's slightly more difficult than normal images. And I included this just to show that you're always going to have images where there's more information that you can convey, right? So you just need to talk about the important points. So for example, in the introduction, I just read this label basically in addition with the template. In the main body, for the first one, I talked about this high point over here. Now, even as I was saying that, I missed out on maybe saying the year. Now, it's impossible for me to both look at the number and this label and the year. So, like, don't worry about getting hung up on those details. If I try to cover everything in the sentence, I would have had pauses and then I would have got stuck. So, I just said whatever kind of first came to me. In the second main body, I picked up this low number here, and in the conclusion, I just gave a general overview about the image. So yeah, that was my answer. I hope that helped. We'll get into the next question right away. Now, for this question as well, I want you to hit the pause button right now. Give your attempt, see how you can use the template. This is a great opportunity for you to practice. So hit the pause button right now. Use the template in and give your attempt at this answer, at this image. So we're back. I hope you had the chance to practice that. Also, just if you when you gave your attempt, you want to make sure that you record your answer. And a good way to assess how you're doing is to just measure the number of pauses and hesitations that you had. So the lower the number of pauses and hesitations, the better. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm going to hit the start button. The given image provides us with useful information about the temperature and rainfall for the Timbuktu, Mali region. If you follow the graph closely, you can observe that the maximum temperature was observed in the month of May, with the temperatures reaching around 35 degrees centigrade. The maximum rainfall was received in the month of August, with the rainfall reaching around 100 degrees. In conclusion, this is a very useful graph that tells us about where the temperature and rainfall is highest and lowest for the region of Timbuktu Malu across the different 12 months. Okay, so that was probably not the best answer, but it's still really good. So I think what I struggled with, or what went well, was that in the introduction, it was smooth. In the main body as well, it was smooth, but there was like one or two points where maybe I hesitated or I spoke an incorrect content. Again, speaking incorrect content is not as bad as having pauses and fluency and breaks. So even if there's a part of the image where you do not speak that accurately, again, it does not matter. That's the response I gave would still score really high in the exam because it has less than one or two pauses or hesitations. And for the most part, I was speaking fluent. Okay, so you do not need to have like a super perfect answer when it comes to content, but from an oral fluency perspective, try to minimize it to keep the errors to less than one or two. Cool. So let's move on to the next answer. Again, keep in mind that these are not like perfect answers and you're not going to get perfect answers in the exam, but you want to do your best to kind of hit minimal errors. So this is another slightly complicated image. I'll give you time to pause the screen and practice. So hit the pause button right now and make sure you practice this using the template. Okay, we're back. I hope you had a chance to practice. I'm going to get into solving this question. Okay, let's get started. The given image provides us with useful information about the kindergarten ground floor plan. If you follow the image closely, you can observe that there are main exits located at the bottom of the image, and at the top of the image they are emergency exits. Upon closer examination, we can see that there is a craft room located at the top right corner of the image, and there is a bedroom and other rooms located at the top left corner. In conclusion, this is a very useful graph that shows us about the kindergarten ground floor plan and different exits in times of an emergency or fire. Okay, so again, good answer from a perspective that I kept speaking. In terms of content, you might have noticed that it's not like 100%. I covered everything. I covered like main points, such as here, I made a grammar error where instead of saying there is one exit, I said there are an exit here. But again, the main point is, even though I'm noticing those errors as I'm speaking, I'm not like I'm not like correcting them. I'm just going on and moving on to the next point. Where I talked about the top right corner, I talked about the top left part of the image. Again, those are things that you can use when it's an image. You can say to the right of the image, to the left of the image, to the bottom of the image, to the top of the image. Those are all words that you can use. And I concluded it by giving a general conclusion about it being a fire escape plan. So yeah, those are some examples that you can use in the about how to use the template. Again, keep in mind that in all those examples that I gave, it wasn't a perfect answer as far as I could see it, but still it is enough for you to get a 90 score in the exam, and that's because the number of errors are less than one or two. Even though you have a few grammar errors, it's still fine. Even though you're not speaking 100% of the content, it's still fine. But the most important part is that I'm fluent and I'm speaking continuously without pauses and moving from one template sentence to the next without any interruptions in between. So that is the described image. There, to conclude, there's also some additional terms that I would like to share with you. So for images, you can use words such as in the foreground, in the background, to the left, to the right. Those are all things that you can use. So you can point to certain parts of the image in case you're getting stuck. You can also, this is a very general opinion conclusion that you can use. You can conclude by saying, in my opinion, this is a very beautiful picture that shows us about how beautiful plants are, or about how green plants are. So you can use that as a general kind of conclusion when it's an image. You can use these keywords to talk about a number. So if you're not sure about a particular number, you can vaguely refer to it. So probably somewhere around in the range. So for example, in this, when I'm referring to the rainfall here, I can say that the rainfall is somewhere in the range of 100 millimeters, or I can say it's around 100 millimeters, or it's close to 100 millimeters, or whatever else is that is appropriate. So you can use some of these words there. For any contrasting increase or decrease, I don't really recommend using that because it's a bit too complicated, but I'll get to some simpler ones that you can probably use. So for upward movement and downward movement, you can say it went up, it climbed, it increased, or it declined, it decreased. If it's no change, you can say it remained the same. If there's a large movement, you can say that there was a sudden rise or a sudden increase or a sharp increase. Gradual, there's a slow movement, you can say a gradual fall or a steady decrease. So these are all kind of words that you can use in addition to the template in your answer. Okay, but the main point is to use the template with the content to describe the image as best as you can. Again, you can't cover everything in the image. You can cover only a few key points, and that should be enough. So make sure you practice using that template, because it's only once you start practicing using the template, you're going to find it easier after a period of time. And again, this is something that I personally struggle with, but once you use the template along with the strategy that I recommend and you practice it a few times, this is going to be super easy for you to do well in the exam. So that's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next video.